Let's listen into the Britannia management. The company, as we know, managed to beat street expectations with its first quarter earnings. We are now joined by the company's managing director, Varun Berry. Good morning, Varun. Thank you very much. 3% volume growth this quarter. Can you tell us what was the price improvement, as well on your what's your outlook on volumes going ahead?
So there was no price increase this quarter. We did get a price, up because of what we'd done last year. So it was partially a factor which worked for us. So effectively, we got some price increase, which was about 3.5–4%. But because of GST, it was very difficult to take prices because no one was sure about what the GST rate is going to be. And then obviously, because the GST was tax neutral for us, there was no reason for us to even take a price increase straight after GST. But inflation has caught up. Inflation has been about 6%. So there is a delta between the inflation and the price that we've got, which we will have to bridge over the coming months. But we just want to make sure that we get away from all the GST blues, which even at this point in time, we've not completely gotten over from the implementation of GST, but it's wearing away, and hopefully it's going to have a very, very positive impact as we go into the next quarter and the next months as well.
Okay. Varun, good morning. So this inflation number is still below your expectations of 8 to 10%, right?
Yes, it did. So there were a lot of measures that the government took on flour particularly. So the flour inflation, which is a big part of what we buy, wheat, the flour inflation was only 3%, while all other commodities were double digits. So sugar was very high, and so was milk and palm oil. But flour sort of got us to a stage where overall commodity inflation was at 6%.
Okay, so would you look to hike prices further from here on?
So we do need to take about 2 to 3% price increase as we go forward. But I don't think we are going to do it immediately because right now is not the right time. GST has just been implemented. There has to be some stability for some time. But I would say in the second half of the year, we'll have to take a 2 to 3% price increase.
So in the interregnum, what happens to your margins? You admit that there is a bit of inflation in your raw materials. So is there a risk that margins may be lower?
No, I think, as we get into the back half of the year, the commodity prices last year were fairly high. So it was like a hockey stick curve that happened, last year. So versus last year, it'll sort of be, at a reasonable keel. So we are hoping that things will be stable and we'll be able to get the top line going. And once that top line happens, I think that's the key to all our locks.
Okay, Varun, the last time you said double-digit volume growth is 3 to 6 months away. But with this quarter's numbers, can we expect the double-digit volume growth in FY18 itself?
No, now you're getting aggressive, huh? No, I think it'll take a little bit of time. It will take time because there are these issues are not surface issues. These are deep issues which need to get resolved because a lot of our customers are still struggling on GST implementation. So while we are seeing the movement upwards, but I do think that it's probably going to take another quarter and a half to get back to absolutely normalcy.
Varun, if you could help us with the volume growth in some of your weaker markets like UP, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh?
So they were actually all of them were more than our overall revenue growth. But the interesting thing is that after demonetization and after the GST rates were declared, what we are seeing is a sort of a momentum in the markets that we are weak. So north we are seeing a momentum, And I think that's a very good sign, because what GST has done and what demonetization did was to make the playing field level for us and the B brand players. It becomes imperative for them to pay taxes, and also the taxes now get normalized with all other products. So I do think that tailwind will continue, and we will continue to see an upside in our volumes in North and as well as in East, where most of the B brands are concentrated.
Okay,
So
finally,
we are looking forward to that, actually.
okay, finally, you've curtailed ad spends, looks like, this quarter. Will you increase it? If yes, by how much in the rest of the year?
So we did taper down our ad spends ever since the November of last year, because there were at every point in time there were issues related to demand or purchase or all sorts of issues, and now GST. So we have tapered it off a bit, but as we speak, we are getting back to normalcy as far as spends are concerned, because we've also got some very interesting products in the market. So I don't know if you've tried Good Day Wonderfuls and Choco Chip, and we've recently relaunched Treat, which is a fantastic product. So as we launch these products, we will support them with a lot of advertising spend as well.
Choco chips I have.
Yeah, definitely tried Good Day Wonderful, Varun. Thanks a lot.